This is your captain speaking.
مرحبا بكم أخرج في تسال أقرى من تشينشاي بودكاست يلا
Anda sedang mendengar Cincai Podcast. Let's go.
Yo, welcome to Chincha. We keep it loose, two guys from SG. Now we're no one's groove. Chill vibes, no stress, we keep it real. From east to the west, we got that feel.
Cincai tak usah, kita relax saja. Cerita hari-hari, memang ikut suka. Cincai tak kisah, buat apa kau mahu. Melbourne ke Singapura, kita jalan terus.
Chilling in the city, making moves. Cakap apa je kita tak pernah ragu. Culture, food, life, let's break it down. Dari sini ke sana, kita makin sound.
Cincai tak usah, kita relax saja. Cerita hari-hari, memang ikut suka.
Okay, cincai lah. Okay, cincai lah.
And welcome back to another Cincai Podcast. Oh my God, we are back again. Alright, Hida here.
Adrian here, finally we are back.
Repeat again, kejap Basically,
Finally we are back again after
What? 2 weeks?
Test. Ni.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
Kan dah rusty. Dah lama sangat.
Kau dah lupa nak picit.
Aduh, weh. Okay, welcome back, man. Welcome back. We took a 2 weeks break, which is fantastic. I think we are busy with work and such. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another Cincai Podcast. Alright. Okay, today kita ada special guest in the house. Siapa kita punya special guest hari ni?
Siapa?
It's the Fam Bam. Okay, it's the Fam Bam. The Fam Bam is in the house. Today we have Daniel Alto and Han Cass.
Hanka. Hello.
Alright guys, welcome to the studio. Okay, ini first time korang masuk podcast kan?
Yeah, terpaksa. Seriously terpaksa, bukan willingly
Jangan cakap gitu.
Family pasal kan.
It's alright.
Support
it's
kan.
alright. Support. That's it, man. Alright, welcome back. 2 weeks break. Aku rasa 2 weeks has been quite long enough. I would say, and then I think in the past 2 weeks, although I've been busy with work and such, I took a keen interest actually, bro. So what I did was, aku jump into TikTok. So pernah bagi account in Cincai in TikTok itself. And then surprisingly, I thought TikTok was just for dancing, joget. You know?
Korean dance apa?
Korean dance or whatever kan. But surprisingly, it has grown over the years. To point aku tak sadar, it's more on business talk as well.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Aku research that time bila kau share dengan aku. Then I was just looking through how to actually what is this TikTok all about? How can you make money? Actually boleh monetize monetize.
Okay, monetize.
Dictionary baru.
Oh, dictionary baru. That's it.
Nanti kan hari tu kita kena ada cikgu Melayu kan.
Yeah.
Sekarang cikgu English pula.
That's the problem, bro. English tak boleh, Cina tak boleh, apa mau jadi pun tak tahu boleh.
Itu pasal dinamakan
Cincai.
Alright, that's it. That's the punchline. That's it. Okay, so pada past 2 weeks aku jumping into this TikTok itself. And man, I was so amazed. A big shout out to the few people who introduced to me with this TikTok, especially macam Pak Teh and all, and Abang Jalil and the rest of the other Malaysian crews as well. Yep. Man, I've learned quite a lot on the set. It was bloody interesting and it was super good. I do understand how and why lupanya that they have been on the TikTok platform itself every day, almost everywhere, maybe 8 hours a day or more, which is quite interesting. That time kau pernah masuk, aku datang kau nampak.
You send me the link.
I sent you the link. Yeah. You went in. Aku tahu you get.
I was lost.
100% lost. Yeah, that was 100%
lost. What's going on?
But it's kind of interesting. What about you, Dan? Have you been on TikTok before?
I'm not a TikTok fan.
Oh yeah, okay.
But all I know is that if you want to get information, that's one of the places or platform that you can actually get information from.
Okay.
And it's more open to everyone. You know,
Right.
like if you go into like news, like the websites,
Yeah.
everyone knows the websites are being controlled by the bigger corporation, so
Yep.
you cannot actually expose
I see.
what is actually happening.
Okay.
So I have to say that TikTok is one of those platforms that actually allows you to express or share openly without any restrictions.
Oh, no wonder. That's what the day when I was in that link, that one that you shared with me, Hide. The apa tu dia punya, I remember Abang Jala was saying that now currently the best information that, like what Daniel said is that TikTok is the best platform now to get the latest information. You want to talk about earning big money or something like that, can be done. You just have to do it the right way.
But the one thing I noticed about TikTok in Australia is that they are very slow compared to if you head back to Singapore or into Malaysia. Because like what you just said about TikTok is open to businesses, it's open to all the other stuff.
100%. Yep.
But if you head up to Singapore, they started TikTok years ago. But at 2022 August, they started to implement or they started to add on TikTok Shop. So actually, it's somewhat like Shopee, but it's in TikTok for itself. So you can actually shop
Commerce lah kira kan.
e-commerce in TikTok itself.
Right.
So rather than you go into another app, you can actually just have a look at the TikTok shop and you can buy from there. You can, yes, and then they will send it to you.
That's where the yellow bag comes in, isn't it?
Yes. So that's a good thing about
That is only in Asia except for Australia.
Yes.
Actually,
Australia tak ada?
Tak ada. Australia tak ada. Only in Malaysia that you have this yellow bag where let's say if you're doing online selling kan, you just put in the yellow bag yourself. Aku siapa there?
I think.
I'm not there.
I think so. I think because I remember when I went back in February,
Right.
I went to purchase some stuff on TikTok Live.
Right.
Just because the delivery time was quicker. I mean Shopee is also quick, but in regards to that, Shopee doesn't show you the pictures or doesn't show you the videos of the product you want to buy.
Right.
TikTok does that example or that videos.
Oh ya, macam misalnya aku tak tahu size berapa,
Yes.
kecil ke besar.
Yes.
At least
Oh, dia tunjuk.
Yes, they show you how to use it. Yeah, they show you how to use it and stuff. So that's a good thing about the TikTok Live and
Right.
TikTok Shop.
Right.
And it's the same thing as people who are selling stuff online live in TikTok. They actually you can actually buy it while they're doing the advertisement. They call it advertisement. You actually can purchase the order while they're doing it. So that's the good thing about the TikTok platform. There has been it's to me if you ask me, it has been a very big move from being a platform where people start to dance at first, and then news, and then now it comes to shopping. So it actually moves.
It evolves
Transition,
around. Yeah.
So,
it evolves.
so if you compare, is it similar macam Amazon?
So
When you say shop or different?
Amazon is different. That is a main shopping platform without any
Amazon kan macam Shopee, eBay, that kind of stuff.
Yes. It's not. There's no engagement, direct engagement. You see, that's the difference.
Then in that case,
aku ni betul-betul
In
tinggal
that case,
zaman.
TikTok punya shopping kan. Apa different dengan Facebook Live pun
Okay.
sama juga apa?
So one thing I noticed, thing I noticed about Facebook marketplace, they call it marketplace, is that when you go to Singapore or Asian countries, they don't have marketplace there.
All right.
Serious bro?
Yes, they don't have marketplace.
Oh, so only in Australia.
No, in Australia. That's what I remember when I went back in February.
Right.
So when I went back, usually I scroll into Facebook marketplace just to check stuff. You go into there, obviously, because you're in a different region, they change the whole VPN or whatever they call it, and then you don't get that option of having a marketplace. So that's why they have TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop,
TikTok
Live.
shop. Yeah.
Even the same, like when we talk about Instagram has TikTok Live. So Instagram Live, they can sell stuff, but they don't have Instagram Shop.
All right.
Facebook has Facebook Live, but they don't have Facebook Store, a marketplace.
Okay.
So that's why TikTok came in the Asian region in 2022. That's when they introduced TikTok Shop. So that's when people jump onto that bandwagon for the Asian countries.
But TikTok started in the COVID time
Yes.
period, right? It's
Ah,
like
dia-
macam orang boring tak ada apa-apa, and then
correct.
come this app,
Correct.
20 second buat gila-gila punya benda kat rumah kan,
Yeah,
tak ada
yeah.
benda nak buat kan, and then it fame, and the popularity go, and now it's evolved.
100%. I think this is what we call technology. Technology has evolved over time as well, and also
And
it's true-
e-commerce too.
E-commerce as well, the e-commerce platform, and knowing your background, and you're from the IT as well, isn't it? Yeah, he's from the IT
Macam
background.
IT,
Macam.
tak lah.
macam.
So knowing it, so the after all these years, technology has changed ever since COVID itself. Okay, with the launch of TikTok itself, and then the growth of many other platforms as we speak. And now, memang tarik balik to the Facebook stuff. So Facebook down here, ingat tak kita nampak this there's like you give away stars. Remember? I'm not too sure you remember stars. So it's like the same concept how TikTok is. But would I say that Facebook is now becoming more obsolete or more different to a different demographic? Might I say?
I would say Facebook macam orang tua kan,
tua.
our age lah kira kan. Dulu kita ada Friendster boomers lah. Aku admit lah, aku boomers lah. Friendster.
Macam tu.
Lapucu
Itu lapucu tu, lapucu. Okay.
So zaman Friendster, dah tu tukar apa, MySpace, dah tu Facebook.
Oh,
Facebook,
yeah.
dan for a while Facebook dah
Consistent.
stop lah kan,
Yes.
consistent kan. Dan lepas tu dah keluar apa, Instagram, lain one, Snapchat, TikTok, banyak benda babe.
Too many to follow,
Too many to follow. But it attracts the young people.
But you have to give credit to Facebook, because Facebook is the platform.
Yeah,
Like
that started.
yes,
The
they are
pioneer lah.
The pioneer.
So anything that
Yeah.
goes above, it means everyone will still start from Facebook.
Correct. They follow Facebook. They take some part of Facebook and develop something for themselves. lah.
Wasn't
I agree.
Facebook from Friendster as well?
Yes,
Yeah. So I think
MySpace.
MySpace. I think it has evolved across the platform as well. And then right now, because of the stability of these past lessons and of the platform itself, look at it now. It has grown really big across the entire world itself. And then also that I rasa it even come to business. I think when I was on the TikTok itself, on the Malaysian side, man, orang jual kereta siul pakai TikTok. Jual kereta pakai TikTok, bro.
Oh, serious.
So now we in Australia, we have not. I've seen a couple. Macam I bought a few stuff definitely, but they do not have that function yang the yellow bag thingy, but they have the auction style of doing things. Are we lacking behind?
Oh yeah, we are.
There's a question.
What's
Wait.
new? Australia's always been lagging behind.
Yeah.
Like 5 years prior to anything that's being brought up
in Asia? So
in Asia. So for example, I give you an example for at the start of Facebook platform, Facebook. We used to have music videos in Friendster. You always decorate your own platform, your own
Correct.
profile, whatever. And then if you want to listen to music, you listen from 0 minutes up to 3.5 minutes per song. Okay. Now it comes back to when all this moving of transition of changing the demographic, everything. Now kids nowadays are looking at TikTok videos 20 seconds. So a song of 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes, they listen 20 seconds. That's it.
So the attention span
Yep.
is shortened.
Yep. Just because I think they are getting more bored compared to us, because during our time we don't have technology that much. So the only time that we have technology is when we go into the old big computer, yang batu block screen,
Apa tu?
CRT
CPU.
monitor.
CRT monitor.
yes,
Yeah,
CRT
yes.
monitor. Yes.
and then I still remember you had to log into the internet and you had to hear the beeping sound.
Dial up, Syul.
Yep. And then
56k. Ya
yes.
Allah, astaghfirullahalazim.
And then that's when you do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Kids nowadays, they don't do that. So to them is that they don't have that patience to wait like what we used to do.
Yeah.
To dial up 1 minute is lucky to get. You are lucky enough to get 1 minute internet.
Agreed.
connection.
100%.
Most of the time is you take 5-10 minutes.
Dulu nak MP3 apa, Napster, download barang, dah tu burn into CD. Dah tu alamak, aku ada own CD lah, dah paper dah pakai CD player kan, dah baik lah kira kan. Sekarang semua Spotify. Mana orang pakai CD lagi?
Yes, true.
seperti
So downloading is finished. I would say, it's finished, and those era has already went past just like that. Now it's the new thing right now. TikTok is one of the biggest platform, one of the biggest trend right now. And then I'm not too sure if there's anything after TikTok after that, because I believe there is other, I don't know, other platforms that's trying to catch it up, but
There's
it's
one
just-
I think. There's one I think at they call it Threads, but it's just more.
Threads is
That one is Instagram. kan?
Instagram.
yeah.
Threads is just I think a branch of Instagram as well.
I think I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that there will be something new after
There will be,
after TikTok, because TikTok is gonna get banned somewhere in US, right? And being human, we evolve. We find ways to get past. We're like, okay, this doesn't work. We find something else.
100%.
So 100%, someone is gonna get make some new app and everything, and it will be much more better
Yeah.
than what it was before.
Yeah.
Because again, human mind evolve. They learn something. They evolve to make something newer and better.
100%.
So pretty much sure that there will be something out in the open in the next few years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one interesting thing, because if you look at it, it actually is not the people that actually is causing the problem here. It's about politics.
Yeah.
Politics.
Political
Oh,
issues.
you're in the US itself. Yeah. I think last year.
It's the only reason why it's happening. Okay, we don't put TikTok in the picture. We put something else like
Vape.
WhatsApp. Vape is consuming. It's consuming, so it's different. So like if you put WhatsApp, some other countries they don't allow WhatsApp. I remember the time when 2000
That's China. China doesn't have WhatsApp. Yeah.
Afghanistan, Iran,
Yeah.
other places. Like 2030 when I went to Saudi, you cannot use the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
There's no WhatsApp. You know, even if you have it on phone, you can't actually get. Until today, I think because this year I went, it's the same thing. You cannot call using WhatsApp.
Oh yeah.
You cannot. You can text, but you cannot call.
Right.
It's a waste of revenue for them, because they want to get earn from the international calls and
No.
everything.
But not only that, I think it's based. All these countries, you have to understand that it's all about political movement. So when you have a free
Free air
platform,
Yeah.
people can pass information that
Easily.
and then that
Fair points.
Is it?
that pulls a lot of give a lot of frictions for the government.
Oh, okay.
Because if some people can come, for example, you go to Saudi. I'm just giving an example. You go to Saudi, you see them driving all these 4x4 cars or whatever. You see them drive on the road. You'll be like, is this how you drive? You know, like you're thinking that someone would have driven better with traffic lights and stuff. Mate, you been to Bali? Saudi is the same. And it's the same. You know, you just horn, people just cut it. There's no hey, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm saying.
Bali
No,
rabak,
because
babe. Bali rabak.
if you don't go there, you won't know. So when people actually have a recording, like they show videos of what actually happening, they forward in WhatsApp. What happens is that it's being circulated. And then that's when the government be like, it looks bad on them. You know, like there's no law, there's no rules, there's that kind of thing. But actually, it's just the fact that that's how the people are.
Yeah.
You know.
So true.
So that's the one thing about the all this platform of communication. You know, is affecting some of the other countries.
100%. And also, the reason why kita tarik balik to the TikTok, the reason why is because nowadays the kids, like we said again, the kids are jumping on to anything that's new, anything that's trending. Okay, macam myself, I'm preparing because my boys really ask me, can I have a TikTok account? Can I have a TikTok platform? So these are the things where, you know what, let us go into first, dive in first, and see where is the channels that, you know, we know that this is going to be attracting these kids and this age itself, because it's anything and everything on there.
Yep.
People can talk about politics easy. People can talk about these things easy, but who is the one who regulate these things? That's the question mark.
The answer is easy. It starts with the letter A.
A.
Yep. Two answers. Start with the letter A. One is AI. One is algorithm.
Okay.
So for kids, yes, they want to have an account. What happen is that when they search, it's based on the algorithm that is currently being searched
On there. Okay.
So someone can say, I want to look for a Minecraft video.
Right.
All right. Some of this Minecraft video, if you look at YouTube, you will put a question mark on the content that these Minecraft people are doing. Because some of the Minecraft they look like, when you look at the video, it's like, oh yeah, good. But in the video itself, it shows a lot of weird stuff that even an adult won't say it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get what I mean or not?
Okay.
So when adult don't say it, it affects. So when adult don't say it, then the kids pick it up. Because obviously we don't pick it up because we like, oh yeah, it's the same, video, blah blah blah. But for the kids, they take every word everything.
They easily absorb.
They are kids, right? They are in the phase where
They're in the curiosity
whatever
stage.
Curiosity,
they're learning. So it's easy to be influenced.
Yeah.
So if you are around people that are good, inshallah, then they will be okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
in a world where there's uncertainty, even TikTok, it's not only in Australia, it's all around the world.
100%,
The content that is in TikTok, I do not know if it's regulated or not, or if it's being screened or not.
Yeah.
But it's like everyone can post any type of video they want there.
100%.
Whether is it against your religion or for your religion, but any freedom. You can
Correct.
just post, right? But if it's against what we believe and your kids are being influenced, then terplay on orang. And furthermore, we are in Australia. It's
Yeah.
not populated by Muslims a lot. Yeah, it's by Christians and other different religions. Other faith. Yeah, but it's multiracial, and that's where we learn to adapt to each other.
Correct.
Yeah, we good. But I feel that it's a platform that if there's a bit of screening, that'll be good for the kids. But until the point of time that they can know that orange is orange, apple is apple, it's best that we refrain from doing that to them.
Yeah, I think that's the level of freedom here, especially in our culture itself. So we come from not say a strict culture. I think we come from a how would I say that? A culture. Traditional culture. Traditional. I think that's the best word. We come from a traditional culture where we have our own ethics that we know our limitations. We've been taught from young until now. I think it's just that introducing it, but how do we define it as a template? How do we actually bring it up to them? But sekarang ni, like say, we can teach you how to use a platform. Betul.
Correct.
But how do we we titik dorang? I think the best way is we titik. Okay, this is what we allow you to do, and this is what you can say. This is what those parameters we set out the parameters for them. I think that is the only way lah kita nak to not say solve the issue, but to minimize the issue. I would say, because bila kau tak ada, they can do anything they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's as I say, we are like a branch, right? Anything that is our offsprings are like a branch out of the tree. Then if anything happens to that tree, rosak ke apa, then any other branch falling off that branch is going to be rosak.
You just
Then
drop off
but
betul.
it's your responsibility to make sure that your first branch is good, and hopefully the branch after those branches are all also good.
So that's why macam sorry.
Macam
like what Hide mentioned is that we as parents, we dive into what is this thing all about. Can get the understanding of how this TikTok works.
Correct.
Then kids, kids being kids, they will start to venture further kan.
Right.
So at least as parents, you go inside, you understand how it works.
100%.
Then you also get the hang of it lah. Maybe like what you mentioned that day when I was also in that video, yang the live video yang Abang Jalil was holding dengan Lee Cap Lee Cap ke Lee Chap?
Lee Cap.
Oh, it was really amazing to see that you can actually, promote your own business
100%.
or even your own branding.
You see, what makes me amazed? What is the first thing that you see? I told you, we approach outside the box, right?
Outside the box, yeah.
So first thing first, what do you notice?
A lot of gifts,
Before that, look at the age gap, bro. Look at the demographic.
Yeah.
How old are they? They
cool.
are old. They are not your 20s, 30s, bro. They are 50s, 60s in there, 50s, 60s. The way that they play with the platform, the music, the way that they their lingo, their francolingo in that scene, bro.
It was really different level for their age.
They beat you 10, 20 years ahead, man. So I was quite surprised though. And then as and when I dive in further, go into room after room, where are you from? Malay Australian. Malay Australian. You Malay Australian. Orang pun terkejut, and then when they start to see our profile and everything, and then dorang start to converse tau. Bila dorang start to converse, dorang macam automatically They will teach you, okay, Dik, macam gini, you press this down, press the heart button, punch card. You know, all these things are lingos, which I've learned under 2 weeks, which is fantastic. Aku macam, wow, really amazed. And then the way that they, you know, they teach you okay, Dik, when you go on a video, don't worry, don't be scared, you know, jadikan payan-payan. So aku perlu profile lah, you know. So keep on saying okay, no, not bad. So it's like a learning class, and they have this good culture in there. If you go to the right groups, they will teach you how A to Z, which is fantastic, bro. It's like a culture of its own. And then they have their monthly gathering, they have their yearly gathering, they have like a mentor and menteeship program. I was like totally amazed. But what's the most funny one is Yusof Aslam followed Cincai.
Baik.
That's why I was like, no, I mean we were out there in the market. So like one of the big celebrities, Yusof Aslam. So in my mind,
Is it official one or is it?
That's what I was thinking. So
Kau scammer ke tak ni sekarang?
itu yang aku takut juga kan. So aku pun masuk, you know, maybe must be a scammer or maybe a fan page, I don't know. So I go in there, the description wasn't that clear, so I suspect number one must be a fan page lah. You see, but okay lah, you know, aku tak kejap kan. But the best one, abang dah berbual dengan Fatami semalam, which is fantastic.
Dia jual apa? Kambing ke?
Kambing perap. Daripada Western, what do you call it?
Western mana?
No. It's the WBM. Western
apa?
Pak Mak Western, PMW.
Dari Malaysia.
Betul lah, dari Malaysia punya platform. Yeah, Pak Mak Western. So he was doing some commercial for them as well on live TikTok.
Dia duta dorang kan.
Duta, yeah. Which is fantastic. So
that's why amazing when tadi macam you mention about, you know, you do live advertisement of your product. It's like, wow, you can do that, and then, you know, people can just on the spot beli. It's like you give people that vote of confidence of the things that you buy. Even, you know, rather than you go to Temu ke Shein ke, you know, that kind of stuff where they don't properly show you, you know, no such thing.
But it also depends
on platform. Temu is always same like AliExpress,
and it also depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
So example,
you can't.
Like you,
I really feel aku betul tertinggal zaman sih when he shared with me the TikTok thing. I was like, wow.
So one thing that you have to understand is that all platform has their own individual strength. So if you're looking for items to be used for, you know, computer or whatever, then you go into like AliExpress or the other places.
Those minor small stuff.
But if you're looking for food consumption, drink consumption, food consumption or whatever, that's when these Malaysian actors or businesses, that's when they do that on live. So there's another one. I think I'm not sure whether you guys heard Khairul Aming.
Yeah, he's a chef.
He's a chef.
Khairul. Yeah. Okay.
So from, I don't know how you know his story, but every time he put up a sale of his sambal in a bottle.
That was during the COVID. During COVID, he boomed.
Just imagine that's 2020.
Probably
2020. Now we're 2024 and it's still the same.
Still maintained.
He's
in New Zealand now right now doing the tour.
Yes, because the New Zealand Prime Minister came over. Coming over to Malaysia to visit him and stuff. So he's currently there. So that's the power of social media, you know. But what we say about coming back to the younger generations at this kind of moment, like what we talked about just now a few minutes back, where you're talking about kids, about upbringing and stuff. You know, how are you gonna maintain it? All right, how are you gonna maintain it? It's hard. It's hard.
100%.
You cannot be always there 100% or 100% of the time looking at what your kids doing.
Correct.
So that is when, like, one thing about religion, I like it because as a Muslim, you know, it has already been advised to you that there are steps by steps that you need to take
100%.
while your kids are growing up. You know, and then not only that, even there's a reason saying that when it's the kids nowadays at the age of 0 to 7 or 0 to 14, their mind is like a sponge. So they can actually absorb everything. So as a parents, I think, or as a family parents, I think the best way is actually we should focus more on upbringing them. You know, that's what I would say.
Fantastic.
So the thing now is apa tu? again, back to what we have already discussed. It's all about having to really keep a close watch. But then as parents, I agree with what he did that day share with me. You really, Adrian, you really have to be on top of all this social media now. I know it's very taxing, but then you have to be on top of it so that you will know how to manage your kids as they grow up into social media stuff.
Yeah. It's an effort that you have to take.
It's big effort. I complained to him so many times. Penat. Like macam I just came back from Tassie last week. Habis next week going to Adelaide again. My goodness.
Kau banyak travel lah kau
Banyak travel.
Kerja bang.
Okay, guys. Let's take a break now, and then we'll come back after this session, and then we'll dive in a bit more on what's happening. Alright, guys. Alright, jumpa lagi di next session. 1 second, guys.
Lagi nak dikongsi. We'll be back for the next session.